Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another live stream here at fantasypoints.com, a best ball draft this evening. I am John Hansen. Hope you are really enjoying this new camera I just got that I literally just set up. I actually been tinkering around with it for a while, but round number one is underway. We waste no time. In fact, I'm on the clock. That's Paul Kelly, and that is Timothy Reardon from SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. Paul Kelly, of course, here on the site. What's up, guys? I am on the clock here. So, Paul, take it away, buddy. What's up?
Go ahead, man. Yeah, you are on the clock. I just made my first round pick. So we'll get everybody caught up here. Here's how the first round is going so far. Number one, McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook at 2, Jonathan Taylor at number 3 of this best ball draft, Alvin Kamara at 4, Derrick Henry at 5, Barkley at 6. So first 6 picks, all running backs. Then at 7, Travis Kelce, followed by Zeke. And then I took Aaron Jones, then Cam Akers. And then, John, who did you pick?
I just took DeAndre Swift, and I'm on the clock again. So these guys, a lot of the fantasy points subscribers here, as well as, of course, SiriusXM listeners. So what's up? Shout out to everybody. I see Fantasy AB. Wow. Well, I'm on the clock again, Paul. So sorry. I got to go look and see who I'm going to select.
It's unbelievable how quickly. So John took Swift. And then we got back-to-back wide receivers on the 1-2 turn here. So Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs both go to Team 12.
Absurd.
And then look at this. The guru taking Najee Harris.
That's right. That's right. I think you have to go running back. We'll just dive right into it here if you're tuning in at fantasypoints.com from social media. I know our guy Ben Canis is going to tweet out a link real quick, but we are here hanging. I don't know how long these are most likely taking. Tim, you may have a better answer. These at the pace we're going to be done in 30 minutes.
It's right.
Yeah, I think when we've done it on the show before, that lasts about an hour and a half. So it should go pretty quickly.
Yeah. So what's up, Tim? How are you this evening?
I'm good. I felt bad needing to take Cam Akers right in front of you. I feel like you would have gone with him there.
I mean, I was just trying to not screw it up, because these guys are going so fast, trying to get everything, going with the hosting and all that, the hosting and the drafting. So Tim, you went running back as well. Cam Akers and Nick Chubb. How you liking that?
It was good. My plan in taking Cam Akers was I was hoping that Nick Chubb or Austin Eckler would fall to me on the other side, because I know you're not a big fan of either of them. So yeah, I figured I'd get one of them in the second round there, and I had the choice of the two of them. So I went with Nick Chubb over Austin Eckler.
Okay. I see little fantasy stoner over here.
I made it.
Growing long hair over here.
Hey man, I'm rocking the stoner vibe, bro.
Damn, bro. Wow. There he is.
I'm letting it go.
Fantasy stoner of ACI fame. You're like famous, right, man.
Got the quarantine hair going.
I do.
So what team are you?
I'm High Times. I got the 23rd pick coming up.
Okay. All right. Team 2, you went Dalvin Cook. All right, yeah. Paul, you are. What the hell are you? Oh, there you are. Team 9. So you did in fact take Eckler. Any trepidation there? Any consideration to Antonio Gibson, by the way?
Yeah, those were the two I was choosing between, and frankly, I feel like at this point I've got some shares of Gibson, so I'm just kind of diversifying my portfolio a little bit here. So going Austin Eckler.
Yeah. Hell, I even considered Gibson there with the second pick of round number 2. That's a bit much, but I mean, I think that's about right for Najee Harris at 14 overall. I think that's where he's going to be in redraft leagues. Don't you think, Paul?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's only going to, you're going to have to use earlier and earlier picks on Najee Harris, I think, as we progress through the spring and the summer and get closer and closer to the regular season. I think that's where he's going to settle in, John. I think he's going to settle in as an early second round pick. So I think you did well to get him.
Yeah. Man, these guys are ridiculous.
We are flying. This draft is going to take 15 minutes.
I mean,
I guess I got to take DeAndre Hopkins here. I mean, Miles Sanders.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one for the fantasy stoner. Loving that Dalvin Cook. Not so great now though, huh?
I got to take DeAndre Hopkins, I think.
And these people were flying off the board. Woo!
I mean, Mixon.
It'll be
DeAndre
interesting to see when
second to last pick here. Second to last pick here in the second round for D-Hop. I think that's a nice spot to grab him.
He also is wide receiver, 7 off the board?
7, yeah.
Yeah, that's we have him at wide receiver 9 at fantasypoints.com. So High Times didn't get the cheat sheet, I don't think, or is he's going rogue on us.
17, right?
High Times is going rogue.
I thought it was 7. I thought I had DeAndre at 17. Am I looking at the wrong one?
You are on deck.
No. Overall? You actually
overall,
okay, so
yeah.
I'm sorry, you're looking at the best ball rankings. You're smarter than I am because you're looking at the best ball rankings. I'm actually going off of my projections for the season. So my input was in those best ball rankings, the best ball cheat sheet. Gotcha. That's a collaborative effort. Gotcha.
Of the 12 teams here, 6 of them went running back.
No?
That's
And I'll tell you what,
seems
guys,
to be the popular strategy.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot on the radio show every day that, if you don't address running back early, and we're talking 2 of your first 3 picks, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, it kind of falls off a cliff, I think, somewhere in round 3. And if you're picking towards the back half of round 1 and round 3, John, like you and I are, it's tough to gamble by not taking a running back with both of your first 2 picks.
You absolutely, I believe you have absolutely positively have to do that. Now, somebody could come on and say they'll do the opposite to be contrarian and all that. That's fine. Hey, enjoy your life. This is what I'm doing. Everyone else is taking running backs. I see 2 young, very talented guys who are going to catch 100 balls. I believe DeAndre Swift and Najee Harris are easily going to catch 100 balls total. So I'm in. So
yeah, and I'm with you there with my 2 picks with Aaron Jones and Austin Eckler. Those guys are a lock for 100+ catches when you combine the 2. So,
I mean, I literally don't have enough time to. I'm actually using. I'm going old school. This is how I roll.
Look at this. I got it right here, John. Look at this. Old school. Pen and a paper right here.
There you go.
That's how we do it.
The same way. A couple old guys coming at you over here on a Tuesday night. Oh, there he is. What's up, Tom?
Hey guys, I didn't want to interrupt anything. Just wanted to see how things are going tonight.
Well, take a look at that board there.
Yeah.
And see what you think.
A lot of green. That's
a lot of green.
A lot of green. No, I'm listening to you guys. I completely agree. The one thing I would say that's different this year compared to last year is I do think the 3rd round running backs are better than they were a year ago. There are some running backs in the 3rd that I like: Miles Sanders, Montgomery, Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
There are some running backs I like, whereas last year I really felt the drop off began in the 2nd round. So it was really, I thought it was imperative to get running backs with your first 2 picks if you could do it. And again, just like last year, wide receiver depth is off the charts.
I think, Tom, the key, if you don't go running back, is to fall within the range, which is going to give you a crack in round 3 at Miles Sanders, as you mentioned, Edwards-Helaire, and then Montgomery is like last chance saloon on that one, because that's where I see the drop off. Tom, do you agree with that?
There is one other running back out there that I like who, Dobbins would be the other one. He typically goes in the 3rd. He went end of the 2nd here. He'd be the other one. Yeah, if those 4 are gone, then it becomes that's where the drop off hits for me. So yeah, after those guys are gone. But last year I felt like it was middle of round 2 and the running back drop off just fell off the cliff. So I really wanted 2 of those top, 15-ish guys if I could get them. I think it's a little deeper this year, a little deeper.
Right. I am on the clock here. Paul, you can talk about your selection there, Darren Waller.
Yeah, Darren Waller late in the 3rd round here. Obviously, Travis Kelce seems to be a first-round pick in just about every one of these drafts I see at this point. Typically, you'll see Kittle either in the 2nd. He lasted until early in the 3rd here. But After Darren Waller,
How about McLaurin, by the way, going off the board in the third? Sorry, Paul, but sorry.
Yeah. After Waller, the third tight end off the board, for me, there's a significant drop off. So, and like Tom said, there's a lot of value to be had at wide receiver. So for me, it was either a high end receiver or Waller, and I went Waller.
Man, I'm on the clock again after I just took Allen Robinson. Not a lot of time to think here. I guess I'm a little out of practice. I'm not drafting in these leagues as often as everybody else. Although I'm doing, I'm stuck in like transitional mode, I guess, because I'm doing some redrafts, plenty of them. All right, well, I got to make a pick here real quick. 36 seconds. That's plenty of time. Let me think about this for another moment. Plenty of time.
All the time in the world.
Plenty. It's a tough call here. Damn. It's kind of a tough call. I'm kind of going to go for it, man, with a guy that I just love this dude. I think he's an absolute baller, and he's young. I'm going DJ Moore.
Oh man, Timmy, I don't know if you would have taken DJ Moore with your pick here, but if he made it past you, he wasn't making it past me.
No, I'm a noted DJ Moore hater. I just I never have him anywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and keep going with my zag while y'all zig strategy and keep taking players that I know you guys don't like, and I took Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, many paths to a championship, including the middle finger, F you.
the grabbing value because everyone else is following your rankings.
I don't know about that. I mean, this group here, I mean, Fantasy Stoner, I mean, it's unbelievable how sharp everyone is. How about our guy, Rob Phoenix, though? He is not behind the glass. He's actually alongside the glass right now, and he's picking from the 4 hole. And he's got Alvin Kamara, Calvin Ridley, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's a pretty terrific start, Paul.
Yeah.
Tim?
That is pretty good. Yeah, our guy Rob Phoenix getting it done, and he's active with us, producing the show every morning. So he's taking in all this info, John. You know that he's digesting all of it.
Well, and Rob, honestly, like everyone else in this draft, is just smart as hell. I mean, savvy ass people here. I feel like I'm like the worst player here. Like I'm just so like I have so many things going on. I'm like, I'm not totally dialed in yet. This is what I'm doing, trying to get there. But by the way, I certainly am fine with my first 4 picks: DeAndre Swift, Najee Harris, Allen Robinson, and DJ Moore. I mean, do I love Allen Robinson, DJ Moore? I would have hoped to have done a little bit better, but not with these freaking people,
Yeah, it's really tough. I consider DJ Moore right before you picked John in the 3rd round, and Allen Robinson as well. So you got both the guys I was looking at there.
Well, the old guys, we tend to think similarly, I guess. We've been playing fantasy football since 1982.
Let's see. Travis Etienne goes here in the 4th.
No QBs off the board yet.
Not yet. We're midway through round 4.
Well, Deontay.
There goes Deontay. I thought about Deontay with my pick here in the 4th.
Yeah.
Ultimately went with Adam Thielen.
Yeah, but
that QB.
I don't think he's getting the volume they got last year. I'll tell you that.
There goes Mahomey. First quarterback
There's
off the board, 2nd to last pick here in the 4th round, which is a
QB
little bit
off the
later than
board.
usual.
Yeah, there's a little later than usual. It's like people are, it's weird. It's like a quarter of the people who are willing to go real early at quarterback, they've pulled back. Yet it seems like half the people who were typical hold off on the quarterback, they're now taking them a little bit more aggressively, it is an interesting little phenomenon right now going at a quarterback. Of course, I've always kind of resided in all places, as you know, Paul, right?
Right.
Like I always lean obviously toward, getting a little bit of value, but I'm not afraid to say, I love this dude in the 4th round. If I'm convinced he's a league winning type and a high impact guy.
Now it'll be interesting, John, because we've got 20 roster spots here in this best ball draft. And if you're the first guy to take a quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, are you okay rostering just 2 quarterbacks? Whereas if you wait, maybe you feel the need to get 3.
Yeah. Yep. course, when you look at the end of the draft in one of these 20 rounds, best ball, our friends, of course, at bestball10s.com, the NFFC. Geez, I lost my train of thought because I'm so worried about, am I on the clock? I mean, because these guys are just going so damn fast. Damn it. Oh, well.
We got Tom here, who is the guy who actually took Patrick Mahomes. Tom, are you only going to get one more quarterback in this draft?
Probably.
No, I'm not drafting in this one, guys. I'm just checking
Other
it out.
Tom.
No, another Tom.
Donor Tom.
Oh, my bad.
Donor
my bad.
Tom.
No, that's okay.
Stoner Tom. Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah,
Sorry, Tom.
yeah,
Tom
I'm
Kessenich,
thinking
though, real
I like
quick.
Mahomes there in the 4th. I thought that was pretty decent value. I usually hold off, but I saw him there. I'm like, why would I wait?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Good catch.
Yeah, I'll grab
Tim.
another one later, maybe a third, like really late.
Tom Kessenich, is this unusually fast? I know they're all fast, but does this one seem a little faster to you?
You guys are moving at a pretty good clip. Yeah. I mean, I typically say in a 12-team draft, if you're doing it in around in 4 to 5 minutes, you're on a pretty good pace. If you're doing it under 4 to 5 minutes, you're on a crazy fast pace. So
I mean,
that's kind of my gauge.
yeah. Well, I don't know.
Right.
We've been going, what, 19
We're
minutes?
right
or-
on that 5-minute pace. It seems
Yeah.
like.
You're right on that pace.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tom, you're going to come on. I think Ben Kukanis and I think he got his signals crossed a little bit because I was referring to you coming on the radio show tomorrow.
That's
But
fine.
You can do that if you'd
Yep.
like.
Yep.
But glad you're hopping in here. How's your fantasy baseball team doing?
I mean, I got a couple are doing really well. One is not doing so well. So I got 2 that are doing really well though, that I'm pretty happy with. I got Yelich back tonight, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but so far so good with baseball. I've avoided major injuries. You know, I don't have any Tatis shares really. I don't have any Mike Trout shares. So fortunately, I haven't been hit too hard with major injuries. I got one league where I've got a lot of injuries, but nobody major, but like depth problems.
I mean, I have one team and it just sucks. And I really can't even figure out why exactly. It's not that bad, but I think I don't know. Maybe I've been hit by injuries. I just lost Seager, May. Although that's not a lot of injuries. I mean, there's somebody else I'm missing. Has this been a weird year for like late scratches and
Oh yeah.
that's killing me.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, we've been hammered by injuries to top players. I mean, I think now with Trout, 5 of the top 10 picks in the NFBC will have made at least one trip to the IL. Yelich, Tatis have made multiple trips to the IL. I mean, when Trey Turner is one of the healthiest picks in the first round, you know it's a goofy year.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no avoiding injuries at this point. I think everybody's getting hit in some fashion.
I'm sure you're really concerned about my Dodgers and all their injuries over in the
I got plenty of Dodger shares, so I'm paying close attention. I don't have any I think I have one Seager share on a best ball team, but I got some Dodger shares, so I'm paying close attention to that team. I got a lot of Kershaw.
Yeah, I think I started the draft Bieber, Machado, Seager. I thought that was pretty good. Guess not.
No, I every once in a while, this happens in football too. I'll have a team that just sucks ass, but I like it. And so I'm staring at it and I'm like, I don't want to cut that guy or this guy or whatever. But the team's just not good. And
yeah,
what do you do when you got a crap team with players that you like a lot? That's a tough one.
I know. Well, I just took a tight end here. The Hawk alarm had to do it. I thought it was solid. As the 6th tight end off the board. That's not bad. Now I'm on the clock again, of course. So
you made your pick and then like 10 seconds went by and you're
I think the guy that's in between you has his auto pick set every time. So as soon as you draft, it's like your turn immediately.
Oh, Okay, that would make some sense there.
Yeah, so you took Hawkinson, then it was Josh Allen and Mike Davis, who I was hoping Mike Davis was going to come back around to me in the 6th, but clearly that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I got snaked on Josh Allen there. I was hoping for him. So
What do you think about Dak going before Allen?
That's interesting. You know what? We've been talking up Dak a lot on the show.
I know.
And we've been talking a lot about statistical regression for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So maybe that's feeding into it. But if it's me, I'm still going Josh Allen over Dak.
Well, I took Lamar in the 6th there.
That's your guy.
Kind of into Lamar this year. I mean, Matt, I can't imagine getting him in the 6th round in a competitive, redraft this summer.
Really? Lamar?
I can't imagine him falling to the 6th in a 12-team
I think
redraft.
he
Don't you
will.
think?
I don't know. People are down on him after last year. I had him in the ACI. He was so hard to have on your team. It was brutal.
Yeah, but he also got you to the ship, didn't he?
I think all my other pieces got me to the ship, truthfully.
Well, I mean, he's
That
still pretty
trade
good though in a bad year.
Yeah, I know. Look, I think he could bounce back.
Oh, Tim, what are you doing to me?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna take Lamar.
I was gonna take Lamar there, and I was gonna take Josh Allen originally, and then I was gonna take Lamar, and then I was kind of lost.
Timmy.
So
Timmy just took Tyler Lockett right in front of me.
really
I'm
good
all
best
queued
ball
up
guy
here.
because he's good for 110 catch, 300-yard, 4 touchdown game a year, and then
Exactly.
you don't have to roster him the rest of the game, so it works out.
That's
We should
true.
call him Mr. Best Ball, Tyler Lockett.
Right.
Everybody, 100%, totally. And how much do you, Tim? How much of your mindset changes in the best ball? Like how more aggressive for big game guys?
I'm not. I usually will the only difference is I'm watching my bye weeks a little closer, and I'm making sure I get, enough tight ends and enough quarterbacks to cover me. That's really the only strategy I change. As far as like picking which wide receiver I like more, I just go with whichever one I like more.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just looking to get good players that I believe in,
Right.
but certainly in a best ball environment, I'm looking a little bit more toward upside and protecting my ass at the single positions like quarterback and tight end where, do you go 2 or 3? Oh, I now I remember what I was going to say like 20 minutes ago, but you get to that point late in the draft where you got to make a call. Do I want 3 tight ends or 3 quarterbacks? Oftentimes, at least I do.
Right. Yep. Those are all things you need to consider. Those single start positions, quarterback, tight end, even a defense. You got to worry about that too. Do you roster
that too?
Can you afford to roster 3 of each of those? I mean, if you do, that's 9 spots out of your 20 right there.
Oh, Rob Phoenix with the Kyle picks. I mean, he is a high upside, a high impact guy.
I like Rob's team a lot. I might trade with him. See if we can just do a team for team trade here.
Just the whole team.
It's quite horrific.
That's a great looking team, man.
That's as horrific as it gets right there, really.
I mean,
that's horrific.
I love Ayuk. I'm a big Ayuk guy.
Me too.
Oh.
Woof.
Ridley, Godwin, Ayuk. That's.
I mean, I've been out horrific. I mean, my team's not even that horrific compared to Rob's. Damn it. That's pretty horrific though. Other than Allen Robinson, maybe. Who might be a little bit better with the better quarterback. Hey, Tom, your Packers, you know what? I'm going to make a call right now. It's Tuesday, May 18th, 9:27 Eastern. Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere. That's my call.
No, I agree. I think that there's with the draft on, nobody can really make an appealing trade to him at this point. The Broncos have some pieces, but no, he's coming back. At this point, I think all signs are pointing to that. You hear, people that are talking to him say, oh, it's on the table that he might come back and all this. I think they're setting the stage for him to return. So, or to stay put, not return, but stay put. So, I think so too. And I think, so what that means to me is I'm looking at where Devontae Adams goes here. That's a steal. I mean, Devontae Adams right now is a flat out steal, both in best ball 10s and NFFC drafts. I'm begging people to get into a draft now and take advantage of this because he fell to 20th overall in a draft the other day in the NFFC. That's a steal. I mean, it just is.
And where the hell did he go in this one?
He went 19.
19.
Geez, I'm like, yeah, where the hell is he? Wow, 19, yeah, that is a steal. That's pretty ridiculous. And taken by Fantasy 401k, who didn't even go running back in the first, took Kelsey, and then Kittle.
I think he is another auto. He is auto drafting. He's not in the draft room. Real letdown by Fantasy 401k.
Well,
Come
Tom,
on,
are the
Fantasy
algorithms
401k.
telling us something though? Are the algorithms telling us something?
I mean, that's where the ADP is right now for him. Devontae's falling. So if you're just going off ADP, see, that's the beautiful thing about Adams right now. If you're picking late first, you don't have to take him. There's a pretty good chance he'll be back to you in the second. So let's say you're picking 10th or 11th. You really love Adams, but you also love Akers or Swift or whoever. You can go get one of those running backs, and then there's a really good chance Devontae Adams coming back to you if you want to go that way.
Yeah.
And that's how you use ADP to your advantage. It's not a Bible, but it's a terrific guide. And if you know how to use it, you can really maximize the value you're getting in your draft.
I think the biggest advice that I can give to people is to practice because as someone who I've done 5 drafts, that's not a lot compared to these the diehards, right, Tom? I mean, how important is practicing? Just getting into the flow.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and again, that's the nice thing about a BD10, $10 or an NFFC 25 bucks. You get in, you learn the player pool, you see what's going on, but yeah, you get the practice, you see where players are going, you get that understanding of, well, okay, here's a roster build that I can feel good about, and I think these early drafts are really, really valuable. Now things will change. We actually have a training camp this year. We actually have preseason this year. Things will change in that time, but a lot of things that we're seeing now will remain in place. So I think you can learn a lot from these early drafts.
What did you think changed with this past year? Anything in terms of people were drafting in May with no information. I mean, we did get a couple tidbits already this year about, the rookie class. I mean, did you see any fallout from that last year with zero information?
No, I mean, I think it was, the rookies were harder to project in some cases, right? Because you were going completely off of educated guesses in a lot of instances. You were projecting who could go where, who could do what, which resulted in guys, emerging as value. Because CD Lamb ended up going, later than he probably should have. T. Higgins, guys like IU, guys like that, because we didn't know what roles they were ultimately going to have. We could guess in a lot of cases. So I think the nice thing that we will have is actual practice reports, legitimate practice reports. Those mean so much. I know that as a former beat writer, just the watching players in practice tells you so much about what a team thinks of that player and what that player potentially could do.
I'm on the clock here. There's a sick part of me that's going to miss, making calls without that information, Tom. I did view that as an interesting kind of challenge. I got to tell you, I don't think I was much less accurate last year. Felt like a pretty normal year in terms of the accuracy, and I'm on the clock here. So
now, Tom, based on your Aaron Rodgers report you just made that he is coming back, I was all ready to take Aaron Rodgers in the 7th round, and then Paul Kelly right ahead of me took Aaron Rodgers. So
all right.
So we're buying in. We're buying into what you're saying here with your Green Bay Packers.
If Mark Schlereth can get a report on the air, I sure as hell can get a report on the air, can I?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Mark is a friend of our show. It comes on.
I like Mark just fine. Mark and I had a little bit of a Twitter beef a couple of weeks ago.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my problem look, if you want to accept the accolades when you break a story or attempt to break a story, then you need to own up when that story proves to be horribly, horribly wrong, as his story was.
No, you're right. You're right.
And I like Mark too, but that's the deal.
Yeah, no
you
doubt.
know?
No disagreement. And you know what? If it doesn't happen, you never know. He's an honorable guy. I can tell you that. Everyone knows that. He's not an a-hole at all.
No, he was very nice, and I trust there's no issues between me and him, but it certainly was not. It was like on a Tuesday, and I said something to Greg. I was like, I didn't expect to be in a Twitter war with Mark Schlereth on a Tuesday. Hey, there it goes. But hey guys, I'm gonna bug out here. I gotta try to sell out one more NFFC draft tonight, so I just want to pop in and check things out. John, I'll talk to you tomorrow on Sirius.
Yep. That'll be
right.
Paul too. And then
Yep.
Tim, you can make that connection, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right,
Sounds
guys.
good, Tom.
Have
Thanks,
fun
Tom.
the rest of the draft.
All right,
Later.
thanks.
See you.
I actually took Michael Gallup there. Like, I wouldn't normally do that, but I mean, best ball. See, that's where the mindset changes just a little bit, because that dude quietly balled out again last year.
You know he's going to have a few of those 5-catch, 118-yard, 2-touchdown games. He'll have a couple of those, John. We may not know when they're coming, but in best ball, we don't need to know.
Don't need to know. So how do you like your team here, Paul? Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Waller, Thielen, Cup, Edmonds, Rogers, or Robbie Anderson. It's very similar to mine.
Pretty good. I like it. I feel like it's
a little
balanced.
boring, but good.
Yeah, well, that tends to be my MO. But the only pick here where I feel like I reached was Chase Edmonds, because once you reach a certain part in these drafts and you're just feeling very limited as to the number of backs who are still on the board who could potentially do anything.
Yeah.
And Chase Edmonds certainly has that kind of potential. But I felt like that was a little bit of a reach. But outside of that, I'm feeling pretty good.
I feel like I had to take Michael Carter there in the 7th. That was the end of the 7th. I mean, he's as good a bet as anyone to be the most valuable back in that backfield. So
sure.
Timmy, you've got Cam Akers, Nick Chubb, Keenan Allen, Josh Jacobs, Jamar Chase, Tyler Lockett, Jalen Hurts, David Johnson. Boy, you really are going rogue here with Dave Johnson.
Yeah, in retrospect, looking at the board after that, I should have taken Kenyon Drake instead of David Johnson. But I mean, the guy's a starting running back on a team that's horrible, who may have Tyrod Taylor handing the ball off to him at all times. So
you could have taken.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you could have taken Kenyon Drake as an FU move to us, because at this point we do in fact hate the Drake.
Yeah, and I have Josh Jacobs too, so I could have played the
Gotcha.
One of them's going to go off each week.
But
that was a mistake on my part.
Yes, or they each carry 10 times for 36 yards.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
But
that possibility as well.
In this draft, you went to Fantasy AB. That is the reigning ACI champion, and I talked about him this morning on the show. Actually, like with among the running backs with a 75 or higher ADP, I mean, he stands out a little bit. I mean, he's got some upside for sure, especially in best ball.
No doubt.
We have slowed down a little bit here, the pace.
We have. We're about 100 picks in now, John, and you're right. Things have slowed down considerably.
Hey, John, I got a question. So I just drafted Leonard Fournette, and I definitely need another running back. And I'm basically looking at Ronald Jones or Zach Moss. I guess Wilson could enter the equation, but really, I guess would you fill out that backfield?
I mean, you could do Ronald Jones to lock in that. I would probably do Ronald Jones just to lock it in.
Yeah.
Other than Gio. I mean, are we really that worried about Gio?
Yeah. So then I just own that backfield.
Yeah. And you own, of course, like my Dodgers, they'll probably have just tragedy upon tragedy because it's too good to be true. But if they are the exception to the norm and things hold true to form, they're loaded. Just disgusting how talented the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are. How about Joe Burrow getting a clean bill of health here in mid-May?
Going to, you guessed it, big rig.
Yep.
Big rig, Joe Burrow. I mean, John, in terms of the offenses that you're looking forward to seeing in September, I got to believe Cincinnati is up near the top of the list with Joe Mixon coming back, with Joe Burrow coming back, with Jamar Chase there now. I know I'm very interested to see how
Tyler
good they're gonna
Boyd, T. Higgins, too. A lot of
I mean,
weapons on that team.
They're going to sling it, though. Maybe you can't really truly commit to it because their line is not very good in pass protection, but it's going to be a little bit of a pass happy offense here with 3 different guys getting 100+ targets. Because Chase, he'll get 100+. Boyd, he was money in the slot, and of course T. Higgins was great too. So they're going to be a little pass happy, which probably will help Joe Mixon keep his carry number to like 250 if he plays let's say he plays 16 games. Keep it like 250. Give him like 45, 50 grabs.
Yeah, no Giovanni Bernard. Look, it's going to be interesting to see, by the way, if Gio can actually carve out a role in Tampa, because we were just having that Fournette Ronald Jones conversation. If they're working in Gio on 3rd downs, then that backfield is a complete mess for fantasy.
I can't really worry about Gio at this point. He's been pretty bad.
We'll see if he makes the team.
Yeah. See if he makes it. Well, Stafford. Boy, fantasy 401k. I guess if he's on autopilot, autopilot held off on that QB for him.
Yeah, I think he just checked into the draft, so he should be there now.
All right.
He said golf league went a little late.
Now, what's a golf league?
Just playing golf.
Yeah, in a league though.
Yeah,
It's like a softball league.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I just took Jamal Williams here, guys.
Oh, you screwed me.
Really? You were looking at
Yeah, I have DeAndre Swift.
Sorry.
I thought we were friends. Jesus.
Oh, it was him or Tom Brady. And then, of course, Brady goes with the next pick there.
That's a shame. That's a shame for me. All right. That's okay. We'll figure this out. Wide receiver. It's always a little tougher. Like a rookie who's going to be good, but you're just not sure against a guy that's solid, but not a lot of upside. You know what? Screw it. It is best ball. Waddle.
Jalen Waddle. Yeah, I figured that's who you were talking about with the rookie.
Yeah, I'm absolutely. Honestly, I really. Oh, I'm on the clock again. Never mind. No, I was going to say I really don't know where he's going currently in best ball. Honestly, I'm a little out of it on that one, but yeah. And I'm on the clock again. Thanks for nothing. But all right, let's see.
Down to 40 seconds.
And I was going to take a running back who, of course, was just drafted in
Trey
Sermon. Okay, damn it.
Yeah, Tony Pollard, Trey Sermon going off the board back-to-back picks here on the 9-10 turn. We're now 110 picks in with John on the clock.
Yeah, damn it. All right. I'm going to go wide receiver.
Me too. So don't take my wide receiver.
Screw it. My bad, dog.
No, that's fun.
Antonio Brown.
Screw it. And now Timmy's got all kinds of time.
All kinds of time.
Picking behind me.
I'm gonna take the wide receiver on Miami that you should have taken.
No, I'm not a Parker guy.
I love Parker.
I hate Parker.
John hates Parker.
He's one of those guys.
Parker hater.
He's one of those guys I have on a lot of dynasty teams, so he's always been one of my guys. So every time you start hating on Parker, yeah, he had a good year last year.
Well, I mean, Tua probably held him back for sure.
Guys, I'm going T.Y. Hilton here. Upgrade at quarterback in terms of Carson Wentz. Guy can actually get the ball down the field. And T.Y., for as bad as he was for fantasy first half of last year, second half of last season, John, he was like back from the dead.
And Paul, really he's boring, so it's right up your alley.
It's exactly right. It was him or the equally boring Jarvis Landry.
Say, well, it'd be like a Seinfeld, like, getting to know someone like, oh, so what's his drafting style? He's boring.
Boring.
Tom, I still can't get over your hair, bro.
I know, man. It's really long.
Have you
don't
just
even see the back,
stopped
man.
working completely?
Stop going to work completely. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I mean, I probably spend an hour a day on the phone.
Wow. That's tough, man.
I know. It's a small
Keep
price.
your chin up. Say, I'm praying for you, man.
No, man. Thanks, buddy. I can use all the prayers I can get.
You are on deck.
I don't know who to take here. I need a tight end. Evan Ingram. Is it too early? I mean, I don't have a tight end.
We're 120 picks into this thing. I think you're okay.
Yeah. Not too shabby.
Tunyon did me right in the ACI last year.
And who told you to pick him up?
You did.
This guy.
I think it was week 2 and I was desperate. And you're like, pick up Tunyon. I was going to pick up the dude on the Texans. What was his name? Fells, maybe?
Akins.
Akins. There you go.
Jordan Akins.
That guy drove me nuts last year, Jordan Akins.
All right. Evan Ingram it is.
Yeah, I definitely need a little bit more practice.
I missed out on the tight end run here. Was it 5?
Tight end 2 run or?
Yeah, well, I don't have a tight end 1 yet.
It's a tight end 1 run.
Yeah, 5 of the last 7 picks were tight ends. I think I'm one of 2 teams right now that doesn't have one. Looking at
that
the board.
Jamal Williams pick by Paul really, just ruined my entire draft. Ruined it. I just feel like I'm going to go downstairs after this and eat a chocolate eclair out of the trash can, a la George Costanza. It's just everything's ruined.
It's hovering there above the rim like an angel.
Oh man.
I'm going to take Gainwell if he's here so I can handcuff Miles Sanders.
I think you mean you should take Carey on here.
You are up.
Kenneth Gainwell. Let's go.
There goes Gainwell.
Running back is completely dried up. Again. Per usual.
I looking at your running back projections, John, I was kind of surprised to see how high JD McKissick was.
I mean,
I know it's the catches. It's all the catches, but
yeah. And by the way, I have his catch total dropping considerably.
Yeah.
I mean, I noticed that, but
you got him with 50 catches for 350 yards.
And what do you have last year? 90. What do you have last year?
I don't know.
I
don't know off the top of my head.
Let me 10 balls every game with Alex Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to guess he had 95 grabs. Actually, I don't remember revisiting that one. I haven't gotten.
I think it was 80 something.
80. He had exactly 80.
Okay. All right. Well, felt like 90. It's still a big number. It's a huge number.
Yeah.
So I have it down by 30. I mean, it's considerable drop off. Was that 30 something percent, 37%? I mean, Gibson's not going to get everything.
Yeah, he's just another guy. I have him on a dynasty league team, and I was thinking about dropping him. I went to go look at where you had him in your projections, and I was like, oh, he's a little higher than I thought he would be.
Is that you're not talking keeper, right?
No, like yeah, he's basically the last running back on my roster there, and I don't have to make cuts yet, but I was kind of planning on cuts, and I was like, oh, you have him at 40, which is kind of in the flex range still.
Yeah,
a deeper flex, but
I don't really like them.
Yeah.
You got to be careful too with numbers like that because when a guy has a role and you feel like he has a role, you got to project it out. And he's going to come in high. There are guys who don't necessarily have roles right now, who will, and they'll be over McKissick.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes actually having a role I've learned is bad for someone like me because I'm going to give Tariq Cohen 80 carries and 57 catches, and he's going to come up fairly high, but his impact is not going to feel anywhere remotely close to his ranking.
Right.
There'll be multiple guys who had no roles and were drafted way later who end up getting roles and doing a lot better because they're more talented. Oh, shoot, boy. You guys can take a test. Speaking of Cohen.
Oh, there goes Cohen.
Man.
I just know Paul's going to take the player I want again.
Is the player you want boring? Because the guy I'm about to take is very boring.
I wouldn't put this guy in the boring category, so I feel better about it now.
Cole Beasley is the pick.
Oh, man, that's boring. Oh, Timmy, you just got me, you son of a.
See, I'm trying to put John.
Sorry, man. I needed a tight end. You know, like I said, I'm one of the last guys without a tight end right now, so I needed him.
Okay. All right. Damn it. Well, let's take a look here. I'm kind of locked into this. All right. Well, I'll do it. I love him.
Johnny Smith.
Oh, and I'm on the clock again. This is not
Mecole
fun.
Hardman. Mecole Hardman and Mike Williams both went off the board here back to back. A couple of best ball specials, I think, with these guys. You know, we're likely going to get a couple of big games out of each of them in a redraft league. Maybe they'll drive you nuts.
Yeah.
But in best ball, you don't have to worry about that.
Looking at a running back here. Is there anything where I see Boston Scott? I see Scott Boston. Nothing. I see Austin Miles. I see Miles Austin. Ah, crap. Oh, well. This is not going to be good value at all. Oh, boy. No, I can't do it. It's got to take someone. All right, screw it. I'll take a Stash and Hope guy.
He was in my queue as the Cam Akers manager.
See that? I subconsciously screwed you over there. Sorry.
No, I wasn't gonna take him there. I was gonna double up on tight ends here. That was gonna be my plan. But eventually, I was gonna look at Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, running back is bad.
So on the tight ends, John, you took Jonnu Smith. Hunter Henry went one round earlier at the end of the 10th round. Who are you drafting first of those two? And how do you kind of see them splitting up the tight end work?
You know, I was very confused about this whole situation early on. I'll be honest with you. But the consensus among our staff at Fantasy Points is that he will, in fact, I thought they'd be a lot more interchangeable, I guess. I don't know if I got bad information, but, you know, I was under the impression that they'd be very interchangeable. Apparently that's not going to be the case, and Jonnu is going to be the main move guy. So
yeah, that's kind of what I've been hearing from the Patriots people that I listen to. Have been kind of saying the same thing. So it sounds like Jonnu is going to be the one you want for fantasy more than Hunter Henry.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why, by the way, he is considerably higher on our cheat sheet and our projections. So we have Jonnu at tight end 13, and we've got actually Hunter Henry at tight end 22. I mean, it's a weird situation.
Wow. I mean, talk about a bad landing spot, John, right? I mean, Hunter Henry was somebody going into this offseason that we were excited that maybe he would land in Seattle or someplace where they could really, you know, use a pass catching tight end. And he goes to New England where they've got Jonnu Smith as well. And they also have Cam Newton at quarterback, at least for now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not great. It's not great. I mean, you've got all these weapons now with a bad offense. Oh boy, you know, like someone's going to get clipped here, you know, and multiple people. Henry, Aguilar, they're not replicating last year's numbers there. Maybe even Damian Harris because they added Stevenson. Timmy going Troutman. It's a little ballsy.
Yeah, there wasn't really much left in the tight end position, and
No Gronky? A little Gronky?
I'm an OJ Howard guy more than a Gronk guy this year.
Why?
I like OJ Howard.
Okay. All right.
By the way, J.D. McKissick finally went here in round 12, 140 picks into this draft.
You know, when I have Najee Harris, I'm not really inclined to get any handcuff.
You're not a Benny Snell guy.
Up.
Not particularly. Really. I mean, I'm not even convinced. You know, it's all him. If,
Could be Kalen
Najee-
Balaj. Could
I mean,
be
Balaj is a little more
McFarland working
talented.
in as well. My guess is it's a committee. If there's no Harris, it's probably a committee behind him.
Yeah. And that's what stings, Paul, about your selection of Jamal Williams in round 9, right in front of me.
Hey, I didn't get handcuffs for either of my top 2 backs either.
Right. Yeah. Well, Eckler, who is Eckler's handcuff?
You are on deck.
That's a question mark right now, right?
That's a
Because
big
they weren't
question mark.
happy with what they got last year. So yeah, I mean, is it going to be Kelly? I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt Kelly. I mean, you probably default to Jackson.
Right, Jackson is still there.
But you know, Larry Roundtree, would be kind of like Kelly last year. Might get a chance. And Kelly's a guy who.
So I mean, so to answer the question at this point, there is no handcuff. Probably that you need to be proactive about drafting, at least at this point in May.
You mean for that position and that team, or in general?
I mean, for fantasy, if you've got Austin Eckler,
Oh, right.
at this
yeah, for
point,
the Chargers,
you
yeah.
probably don't need to be proactive about trying to get any of these guys who are backing them up right now because we just don't know what would happen if Eckler's out.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's wide open for the Chargers for sure, especially a new offense coordinator there in Lombardi. See, I'm a little worried about that, Paul. Eckler in the new offense, you know, that's been kind of the sign of the acumen of a play caller and an offensive mind, how they utilize guys like Eckler, not your traditional, I'm just going to line up and run it downhill, you know?
Right. And that's not exciting at all.
I mean, it's a
you've got
question.
Austin Eckler.
Maybe he's learned. You know, it didn't work out in his last stint there. Oh boy, running back is
Fantastic.
little roster construction here. I've definitely got the 2 tight ends. Pretty good about.
How conscious are you, John, about bye weeks in a best ball draft? Is it important to you?
I'm looking at my quarterbacks, probably my tight ends, my defenses, just again, the singles.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same thing. Especially, I mean, clearly, if you're only going to roster 2 of anything, you do need to be conscious about your bye weeks. But to your point, if you're drafting, let's say 7 wide receivers, you probably don't care about the bye weeks.
Yep.
No, we got to run.
Carson.
Going.
I did forget that you need to draft defenses in this league. So thank you for mentioning that.
You're welcome. That's what we're here for. Hashtag analysis. Coming up on the 1 hour mark here and 13 rounds.
I just took Anthony Ferkser, John, as my backup
I don't
tight
even
end.
know her. Wow. So you are expecting Ferkser, you know, to be the guy and catch 50 plus balls. I mean, they are thin.
They are thin, not only a tight end, but at pretty much all the skill positions. Ferkser's a pretty good player, John. I mean, you know, we like to have fun with the name and all that, but the dude's a pretty good player. And, you know, they were happy to let Jonnu Smith go, and Ferkser's going to be on the field a lot.
I mean, he was kind of like their big slot last year, because Jonnu was blocking. So he can do that, and they need him. Ooh, little Elijah Moore. Well, you know where I'm going here. This is a slam dunk. Best ball pick.
Oh, Justin Fields to the guru.
Yeah. I'm so worried about Andy Dalton. What am I going to do? Wow. Well, I'm going to be on the clock in a minute. Damn.
Oh, there goes Trey Lance.
Oh.
Another nice best ball pick as a QB2.
Yeah, it's a little early.
I mean, there's certainly more proven options on the board, but there are more boring options on the board as well, John. Some veteran names.
When are you expecting, as a Niner fan, Trey Lance to start?
I think it's going to take either a Jimmy G injury or a Jimmy G implosion. I think they start the year with Jimmy. And as long as they're winning games and he's healthy, I think he sticks. So we'll see.
Sure. I mean, absolutely. I guess it's a better question is what week does Jimmy get hurt in?
Right. That's the question. We need to break out the crystal ball, see if we can figure that out.
See, now
John,
I just went off my own cheat sheet there. Mims, Ruggs. I mean, I was definitely more impressed with Mims last year than Ruggs.
Yeah, I was going to draft Mims the round before, and then I went to your cheat sheet and looked at the your wide receiver rankings and saw you had Elijah Moore with a couple more points than Denzel Mims. So I was
there
like,
it is.
I'll go
Okay,
Elijah
all right.
Moore instead.
There you go. Well, I had Mims higher than Ruggs.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
There we go.
All right, John, I'm about to take my 5th running back, and I am going with Darrell Williams.
All right.
Kansas City. They like Darrell Williams there in KC. They do.
I mean, they got nothing else.
They don't. I mean, you got Edwards-Helaire. They like Darrell Williams, and I think he's going to have a meaningful week-to-week role, John, in the offense. And, if he gets into the end zone, he's going to find his way into my lineup.
No doubt. I'm still upset that I didn't win that Super Bowl prop. It was like over 7.5 freaking yards, or no, it was 14 yards, and he had 7 targets.
Yeah, he averaged like 1.5 yards a target in the Super Bowl. It was terrible.
That one there, I'll never forget. But yeah, no doubt. I mean, they do not. They have, they've made a natural selection, and it's not Darwin Thompson. To catch my drift there.
Yes, you are correct.
Going with Darrell Williams was a very natural selection for them because they're not very high on Darwin Thompson. I don't know why exactly. That first preseason he had in 2019, he was pretty good. Round 14. As a special website I go to right around this spot, guys. Do you know what that website is?
I believe it is dartboards.com.
See, I go to fantasypoints.com and I steal picks off of your rankings.
No, I know, because I pay more attention to the rankings and all that than stuff like this.
Right.
I was trying to work off a cheat sheet, but that ship sailed. I just find myself too lazy to queue up players.
They're going too quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Jameson Crowder.
You are up.
You notice there's more good defenses this year, at least on paper, which means there probably won't be, but still. There's like 8 or 9 good ones this year. Really hasn't been the case. Of course, again, when the results come in, we won't be saying this, but still.
Yeah.
It's like last summer. Oh, look how deep tight end is. Oh, look at this. No, it didn't. We weren't looking at crap. So what do you think of this new camera? Looks good, huh?
Yeah, I dig it. Looks good.
I spent a lot of time researching this crap. So this is a DSLR digital camera on a tripod going through a cam link
Deck.
receiver, which tells my computer to treat the camera like a webcam. Got the mic here, just a USB. It's pretty cool. The only thing I haven't put, I got lights. I got some lighting here, but it seems like it's a little dim, right? Wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't say it's dim. I think it looks fine.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to pack up these lights and return them.
Yeah.
And you're on your phone, Paul, right?
Yeah. How do I look? This is an iPhone 11.
I mean, it looks completely like you're on your computer.
Okay. Yeah. This is my iPhone.
There you go. Is that new 11?
No, it's not even a new one. What are we up to? 12 now, I think, on the
know.
iPhones.
I have no clue.
Why? Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, no, this phone I've had for well over a year, maybe 2.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Oh, AJ Green just went. I actually was looking at AJ Green. I mean, look, we're 170 plus picks in. You could do a lot worse than AJ Green at this point, John.
I mean, he's again boring. How do you compete every year in the ACI while being boring? That's my question.
I know. It's look, I won the fantasypoints.com
Yeah.
Dynasty League last year, being boring. So you can be boring and still win championships. Proof is right here.
I mean, there it is. Well, there are many paths to a championship, including being boring. You got to have some non-boring picks here, though.
That's true. All right, I'll see what I can put together for you, John, in the last 5 rounds. All right, I'm on the clock.
I mean,
Aaron Rodgers isn't a boring pick. That's a very interesting pick.
it's not boring. That's right.
We will see with that one.
We will see, but I don't think anything's going to happen. Wow. Did somebody take, I guess we are to that point, huh? I'm saying somebody took P-Ryan. I probably should have taken P-Ryan. Oh, wait, no, he's a Bell. Never mind. Shh.
Don't worry, your secret is safe with me.
Oh, that's right. It's you guys in front of me.
How about Zach Wilson? That's not a boring pick.
Oh, there you go. That's a lot of spunk with
All
that
right.
one. Woo!
Finally got one.
Timmy was standing a foot away from me when I said to Michael P. Ryan, bruh, you're doing way better than your cousin Samaje on the dome, bruh. And I got nothing.
Crickets.
Absolute crickets. But you never know, Tim. You got to take your shot.
You miss
what I'm
100% of
saying?
the shots you don't take. And
Exactly.
if you didn't take that shot, you would have missed it. So
But
we'll take
I
it.
was correct. I mean, he's got amazing hair and Samaje's bald. So I stand by my analysis. You know?
Yeah, of course.
All right. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to get pinched here at defense if I don't take one. You know, I don't know if Tim, you remember, but I'm telling you, the first week they hired Brian Flores, I said, you know what, man, this guy has got it going on. Like, I don't know what's going on with Tua there. There's some weird things there, but man, the results on the field are unbelievable. So I really like the Dolphin D, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they are nice. It's unbelievable how well they've done putting this team together.
Yep. And I mean, you look around their division, they're going to face a rookie quarterback in the Jets, possibly a rookie quarterback in the Patriots, not week 1 likely, but when they face them later in the year. And then they got the Bills.
Look at Timmy with the analysis. Yep. Josh Allen can be a decent fantasy matchup, not lately. But remember that game against the Rams that the Dolphin D had? And especially when they're at home, by the way, Miami, in September. Woo, teams go down there and it's like high times. You're down there in Florida. Play some football down there in early September in Miami. Feels like it's about $1.15 out there.
It's hot down here in September and October.
October, what's it like in October? I've never been to Florida in October.
October, it's still, I mean, it can still be warm in the beginning of the month.
I mean, for 25 years, I've literally been 3 different places in October: New Jersey, New York, or California. That is literally it, because I have not gone anywhere else. Not obviously going on vacation in October.
Right.
I'll see you guys on vacation. It's week 6, but I'll be back in week 8. Don't worry about it.
So we're to the point now in this draft, guys, where there are very few quarterbacks that we expect to start a full season still available. And we know that there are not enough quarterbacks to go around for everybody in this 12-teamer to get 3 quarterbacks. So I just took my 3rd, Derek Carr, because I felt like if I didn't do that, I was going to be stuck with 2, and I'm a little squeamish to only have 2.
Yeah. And Carr, leave it to Derek Carr to have great availability. And in my mind, I actually view it as a negative. Like, no offense to Derek Carr. There was a time, as you know, I was big on him as an ascending, potential star. Didn't happen, but he's certainly capable. But dude's available. I mean, there were points last year I'm like, you know what? Let's see what Mariota can do, man, because he'll run, and he looked good in that game where he replaced Derek Carr in game. It's like, screw Derek Carr. He's always suiting up and everything, Annoying.
Fulfilling his contractual obligations.
Yeah, I mean, stretching.
In my Superflex Dynasty League, we had our rookie draft, and I was at a point where I could either have taken Zach Wilson or I could have taken Javonte Williams, and I really needed a 3rd quarterback, because in that league you'd like to have 3. You only need 2, but you like to have 3, and I only have 2 of them. And my heart was saying Zach Williams, but I went with the head and took Zach Wilson instead of I went and took Javonte Williams instead, and traded a couple of later picks for Derek Carr. And I was just kind of looking for the most boring quarterback on the board, somebody that, whoever has him doesn't really want him.
Yeah.
Like Derek Carr is the pick.
Exactly. That's his place. That's what Derek Carr is all about right there. Boring.
Yep. The 3rd quarterback in a best ball draft, 3rd quarterback in a super flex draft. That's where Derek Carr fits in there.
I'll tell you what, 3rd quarterback in the super flex is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, don't mind it.
Oh, Sammy Darnold. I kind of like Sammy a little bit this year.
Sammy's got weapons, and Sammy's got a running game. A couple of things he hasn't had so far in his career.
Yeah, and I really feel good about Brady and the whole crew there, the whole coaching staff.
Yeah, the question is, can he play? The question is, can he play? Right? I mean, can he process information, John? Can he get the football out on time? Because when you look at what they have there at receiver and at running back, we know they're a little light at tight end, but I mean, they've got pieces there for that to be a pretty good offense.
I feel like they can mask some of his deficiencies with processing by, the way they run their offense and the plays they call and things like that. Want to make him a 1-2 read quarterback, whatever, do something, because he does have talent. I mean, he can sling it. He's got the second reaction ability. He's not a dead duck, a la Jared Goff back there. He's pretty athletic. He runs. He can pop off a longer run and surprise you. So, plus he's got a huge brain. So I'm kind of still rooting for him, but he's never clearly. It's a tough call, when it comes down to like processing and also the mechanics. See, that's the other thing. That's an area where he can potentially improve for sure with good coaching, because the lower body mechanics tend to just, although they've always been bad back to his USC days. So he does need some work there, but that potentially can improve. In terms of the mental processing, I don't know about that, but maybe you could help that, move that along a little bit, hide that a little bit with good players. And, ideally good protection. Can't have it all because the line is not that great, but really, just scheme it up, design it well, get the ball out kind of quickly, and you can have some success for sure.
So, John, Amon-Ra St. Brown just went off the board here with a final pick in round 16. We're almost 200 picks into this thing here. In my view, the guy has a decent chance to lead the Lions in catches this year. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility that could happen. You look at the dudes they have on the outside. Those guys are always getting injured. Of course, they do have TJ Hawkinson, who we love, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if St. Brown was the leading wide receiver for the Lions this year.
Well, to your point, I have him projected to be the leading wide receiver right now. Like, I'm going, I mean, it's not a big number. I think it's 45 catches, but I'm not giving Tyrell Williams or Brashad Perriman more than 45 grabs. So he's a leader right now in the clubhouse.
Pick number 200 coming up.
Coming at you. 1 hour and 13 minutes. I mean, this is pretty nice. I mean, we're going to be done this thing in less than an hour and a half. This is not bad. Good job by everyone. Shout out to everyone. We'll break this draft down on the air tomorrow on the program. We'll get
Now,
Tom
John,
Pessin.
you're famous for saying, he won't start week 1, but he'll start week blank. Do you have a call on that for Mac Jones and Cam Newton?
That's a really tough one.
Because Cam just went off the board as the 200th pick to Fantasy AB.
I'm just going to do this one just because.
Is that you, Taysom Hill?
Yep.
All right.
Just because. Even
Now,
if
is he
he
your
doesn't
third
win
quarterback,
the job,
John?
he's not hopeless. What's that?
Is he your third quarterback in this league?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, he's your third quarterback. Here's what you know. If he starts games for the Saints, he's going to be a top 12 guy those weeks. He's going to make it into your lineup those weeks. So if you even get just a couple of those this year, John, it's a worthwhile pick here.
Unbelievable. Deshaun Watson's still available, by the way. That's, I mean, we all know what's going on here, but I did consider him. Has anyone considered him yet?
I considered him too.
He's in my queue right now. I don't know. As like a third quarterback in a best ball draft where, I don't know, he could be a total zero for your team. But at this point in the draft, everybody you pick could be a total zero for your team. So you really don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
You know who's usually a best ball special, guys, who's still out there? Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, he's lasting. I used to project the number of games for him. Now I'm projecting the number of quarters. And right now I'm at 5 quarters. I'm projecting five quarters of action for Deshaun.
You're not going 5.5?
Nope, just 5. Yeah, just the 5, full 5. He'll be knocked out. He'll have 3. He'll go into a game, get knocked out at the half. That'll be it. The season over. But yeah, I mean, certainly. And they want to take some deep shot. I mean, could you imagine if he's on the field though? I mean, with him and Jefferson.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, you got Woods, Kupp, Jefferson, and Jackson in a 4-wide set with Cam Akers in the backfield.
And little Tyler Higbee, pretty good receiver. Ooh, boy.
And a little Tutu Atwell for when Deshaun Jackson has played his 5th and final quarter.
Desmond Tutu. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Well, I've got the 3 QBs. Granted, they're not guarantees. So I'm playing with a little bit of fire, I guess. But I mean, I really only need one of them to be available any given week, honestly, because of their running. They'll probably pop pretty well for me.
Well, I'm Deshaun Jackson just went. I'm pretty glad because if it came back to me, I probably would have ended up taking him, and I certainly didn't want to. So
yeah, you'll sleep well tonight, Tim.
Yeah, and you were kind of saying, I think it was after the post-draft draft, you don't want to be the guy who comes on the air the next morning and is like, I took Deshaun Watson.
Yes, no, you just don't want to be that guy.
No,
nobody likes that guy because he's all about himself and just winning and greed. You know, there was a time where greed is good. I don't know. We're not there now. Wrapping it up here though, pretty quick. It's a nice little Nice little 75, 80 minutes. 80 minutes of our lives, not too shabby.
So, John, you've got 2 picks remaining. As it stands right now, you've got 3 quarterbacks, so I'm guessing you're done there. You've got 2 tight ends, and you've got 1 defense. I'm assuming you're going to take at least 1 defense. What are you doing with the other pick? Are you looking to get a 3rd tight end or maybe a 3rd defense?
I'm thinking 3rd tight end. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 wide receivers. I mean, it's all right, right?
Yeah, I think you're good there. I think you got 5 running backs and 7 receivers, which is the same thing that I have. I think that's a comfortable place to be. When you do that, it does allow you to get 3 of either a QB, a tight end, or a defense. 2 of those 3.
Yeah. It would be ballsy to go just 1D, but is it really worth it?
I mean, you could do it. You would take a 0 1 week.
Yeah. Could just do the 2 tight ends because I mean I do have Hawkinson, and that's a factor. Like how
I'm in the same boat because I have Waller and Ferkser, so I'm probably good with just the 2 of them.
Right.
But then again, defenses don't score a whole lot of points. So do I really need to devote 3 picks to a defense?
Yeah, true.
Not an easy decision.
And by the way, I have no idea who to take as a 2nd defense as of right now. They're really standing out, honestly. I'm looking at our cheat sheet. We're down to 14, 15. Yeah. There's defenses must have been it's a big run here on these defenses, right?
It's like what roughly half the defenses are gone now.
17 defenses off the board. Geez. A little bit of a sweet spot there. Vikings, that's a good one. They're not going to get a ton of big plays. That's just not what Zimmer does. Not a lot of turnovers, but they could surprise. They could be like a 2-3 touchdown defense this year. Get Danielle Hunter back, Anthony Barr. They're going to be good. Got a lot of scrubs, low end players who got a lot of playing time last year, and they actually were respectable with just a bunch of no names, really. 10 wins for the Vikings this year for sure. 11 wins, actually. I'll go 11.
All right, so they're in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. Oh, they're in. 100%.
Well, there goes the defense I was just going to take. Green Bay goes off the board.
Yeah, there is not much on the defensive side of things. It's not good.
No, I'm taking the Cardinals defense here.
That was a good one. Yeah, that's the best one, man. That's the best one for some plays. No doubt about it. Now I'm like, I'm not even into it, taking a 2nd defense. I might wait till my last pick just for spite.
So if you don't go defense, where do you go? Do you grab that 3rd tight end? Do you go BPA if somebody's standing out on the board?
I mean, there's some dudes here. I'm thinking of going boring. You guys do any handcuffing work at all? You know, like, are you into handcuffing at all, even in a 20-round draft when we're picking here from the scrubs?
It kind of depends on who the players are and if there's like a clear backup for me. Like I said, I was thinking about taking Kenyon Drake. I was thinking about taking Darrell Henderson. Didn't end up getting either of them.
Well, I had a problem. I made a call.
Yeah.
I called Jack Doyle.
There you go.
There it is, Jack Doyle. That's your guy.
I think Carson Wentz has had some problems in his life. Had to relocate. He cried his way out of Philadelphia. He's got problems. So he's been on the horn to Jack Doyle. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but they're already working together here. All right. Yeah, I guess I got to take a damn defense here. Oh, boy. I'm just going to I'm going off the rankings, baby. Rankings, bitch. All right. Ooh, boy. I'm digging deep here. Oh, okay. Here we go, Carolina. Carolina on my mind.
Now I'm trying to decide here if I take a third quarterback or if I take another player that John hates.
I mean, it is radio tomorrow.
Yeah,
Think about that.
It
Think
is.
about
the
that.
radio.
We need content for the show in the
Think
morning.
of infotainment.
Where's Todd Gurley going to end up playing this year?
Barcelona, actually. He's going to be playing in his pool, Tim. Has anyone mentioned Todd Gurley's
Not
name?
at all. Not at all.
I know, but he's sitting there in the available player list.
Looks good though.
I took the quarterback.
Oh, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
When in doubt, go with good hair.
Yep. Todd Gurley's got good hair too, though. I like the dreads.
He's got a bad hairline, I think.
Oh, does he? Oh, it is pretty high up there
Exactly.
in that picture. It certainly is.
Yep. That's a problem. Let's take a look at Rob
Take a
Phoenix
third
here.
defense here. I mean, that's really boring.
Well, thank you for anyone tuning in. And obviously get in on Best Ball 10s. Our guys. Get there, basically. For lack of a better phrase, get there. Go there and get in on these great values that a lot of people will know all about in a couple of months.
So I just took John Brown with my final pick here.
I mean, he'll have the three big games if he plays 10.
That's what I'm thinking. And
Yeah.
he is my 8th wide receiver. I decided against taking a third defense. Just not doing it.
Head on over to playnffc.com. And by the way, I should mention this for anyone listening, but we are going to be doing a free best ball contest at Fantasy Points announced this week, and free for all subscribers, and with some prizes. So that's one of the reasons we're doing this today, to get it going, and also to break this down on SiriusXM tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for the notification. I'm sure we'll send plenty of emails. We'll have a little banner up on how you can enter the free Best Ball 10. It's like a big contest. You're competing against everybody and the whole damn thing. And we'll announce the prizes and all that. There he is, Deshaun Jackson.
Wow, with
And
the
Mr.
second to last pick in this best ball draft. And
Is-
Mr. Irrelevant is Jarrett Patterson.
Who has come on Fantasy Football Morning. We taped an interview with him. He did not get drafted, but went to the football team. I thought that was a very good landing spot, actually.
Yeah.
Really good. Like, I could see him sticking there as like a hammer. They keep McKissick and Gibson and, maybe beating out Peyton Barber, basically.
Right. Exactly.
But that'll wrap it up. And we thank everyone again for tuning in, checking it out here at fantasypoints.com. Paul Kelly and Timmy Reardon will be on SiriusXM tomorrow morning. Our guy, Ben Kukanis, on the other side of the glass. He's probably happy we're done.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Oh, and Tom, I'm sorry, Tom. I have not been looking at my camera. I'm not used to my Zoom because I'm looking at this camera. So my bad, dog.
All good.
Thank you to the Fantasy Stoner, aka High Times,
Thank
aka
you.
Tom, aka I don't know, man. He's back in the 70s or something.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
He's like, sheesh, looking good though. Pulling it off.
I'm doing it.
All right, guys. Have a good night, and we'll catch you next time at fantasypoints.com.